And we're back here, folks. Michael Cohen here on WCTC. We go to the Central Jersey Newsmaker Hotline, and we got our weekly guest, and that is Brett Jodie of the Somerset Patriots. Brett, how you doing?
Doing great, Michael. How about yourself?
Doing great, Brett. And, the team has been playing some good baseball here over the last couple of days. You guys have won 4 straight, including the last 3 here against York. A little bit of payback from a week ago. Absolutely right?
Yeah, they've got a strong club this year. They've been playing very well. I don't know if the record over the past 30 or 40 games, but it's very, very impressive. They just have a complete team there. They've gotten their pitching in order, and their lineup is ridiculous. One of our starters came off the other day and said he felt like he was facing the Yankees out there. So it's been a team effort. It really has. We've been making some good defensive plays. Been pitching the ball fairly well, and we're coming up with those timely hits and just trusting each other in the lineup, and that's something we need to do. So it's good to see. We still have a long way to go, but definitely better than the last time we spoke, and hopefully we can continue in the positive direction.
Absolutely. And a couple guys that really stood out for me over this recent stretch is Mike Coleman and Edwin Espinel. Both of those guys have been tearing it up. I looked up their stats. Last 5 games, you got Coleman hitting at .391. He has 8 RBIs. Espinel hitting .350 with a double and 4 RBIs. I mean, you go up and down the lineup, you got a lot of guys that are hitting the baseball right now. But specifically, those two have really done a lot of damage for your offense.
Well, I think it shows, too. Those guys are in the middle of the lineup, and they need to do well. I challenged Espinel and O'Meara in Southern Maryland, actually. I brought him into the office and just, he was such a spark plug for us when he first came in. We were waiting on his visa situation, and when he came in, we plugged him right in the middle of the order, and he was just a tough out. That's why we signed him in the first place, to be that RBI contributor, to be a tough out, to grind out those ABs, when runners in scoring position, and ultimately, pick up those RBIs. And he went through a stretch where he just wasn't doing that anymore. He was kind of an easy out, and I don't know if he was trying to hit home runs or what the deal was, what goes on in a player's mind. But we kind of got to the bottom of it, and he promised me that he would go back to being that tough out and try to pick up those RBIs, and not that it can always happen that way. I've been promised many times by players that they'll do better or whatever, but I'll tell you what, he's proven in his past, and he's really come through in a big way and really put together some good ABs, and we need that from him. That's been really, really helped our turnaround, I think, is him. And then Coleman obviously had a couple home runs the other day, and been driving the baseball. He's actually he's been pretty consistent the whole year, but vital to have those guys in the middle of the order contribute the way they are, because we're getting guys on. The whole year we've been hitting the ball okay. We've been getting our base hits and getting guys on, but we haven't been allowing those guys to cross home plate, and that's been the difference. And to have those guys in the middle, hungry for those RBIs is big. And if we can get some more guys on that same page, then it's only going to help even more. So definitely good to have those two going, and hopefully get some more guys going at the same time.
Absolutely. And, you talk about pitching. I mean, the pitching has been superb, especially out of your starters. Liam OSullivan giving you terrific 7 2/3 shutout innings. It's got you right into the 8th inning before you got into the bullpen last night. He was tremendous. Just some of your thoughts about what he did last night.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, that's another thing, and not to go in depth, but in Maryland, we had a discussion with the whole team, and then I challenged some individuals also, really challenged the whole team, and we just sat down and had a talk, really. It wasn't, I actually sat down in the chair with everybody around, and we just had a discussion, I guess I'll call it. And we talked to the pitchers, hitters, defenders, everybody. It wasn't just one reason why we were losing ball games or anything like that. And I think Liam really went out there and took it and put the game on his shoulders, which a starter should do on his start day. He pitches once every 5 days or so, and on that start day, you do all that preparation for that one day, and you should go out there and give your team a chance to win. And I think he went out there with kind of a different mindset and really something to prove, and wanted to put the team on his back and do what he had to do to give him a great opportunity to come out on the right side of things, and obviously he did that and more. And he wanted that last out in the 8th, but I took him out just to change it up against a tough hitter in Telvin Nash with 2 guys on. But I feel confident he could have got that out also. But really did a great job. Pitched out some jams, and I'm gonna tell you what, that is a very tough lineup over there, and he shut them down. That was very impressive for a young guy to do that. Overall I liked his mindset, and look at Rick Teasy the night before even. He pitches 6, gives up 1 run. I know it was a lopsided game, but they were still threatening in a lot of situations. He's the same guy that gave 11 runs to them to start before. So to come back on a team that, hit you around pretty good the time before and then come out there and shut them down is very impressive. Just shows the maturity and level of competitiveness and everything from these guys. And it's really carried over to a lot of the staff. And I appreciate their mindset, their work ethic, and their attitude moving forward and how they've handled their business to get us back on track.
Absolutely, and the Patriots folks will be back at TD Bank Ballpark on Friday night. They'll open up a 6-game homestand starting against Sugarland. I know you guys saw a lot of them earlier in the year. I guess what kind of challenges do they pose, and how can you guys take advantage of some of the weaknesses this weekend?
Yeah, we haven't seen them in a long time. Last time we saw them, it seems like we always get them when they're at full strength because we went down there and played 7 at their place, and they were clicking on all cylinders, really playing well. And I think it was probably a couple weeks after we left them, they kind of hit that slide. They were able to hold on to the first half, but really hit a slide where they were losing some guys and having trouble winning ball games. But they look like they're playing very well now, and like I said, we just haven't seen them in a while, so they're going to have some new additions, but they'll have some of the same guys we're used to also. But it'll be nice to play a different opponent that we haven't seen in a while, but wish we were hitting some of these teams when they weren't quite at their best, but that's the way it goes sometimes, and we got to make the most of it. But we're looking forward to the challenge and excited to get a new opponent in there, and excited to be back home in front of our fans in a wonderful environment.
Last question for you. I know you're a big baseball fan like we all are, but I don't know if you heard this, but the New York Yankees and the Chicago White Sox will actually play next year in Iowa at the Field of Dreams, the same field they used in the movie. I don't know if you have any thoughts about that coming up next year for baseball fans.
I just saw on the bottom line of ESPN that they showed that, and I think it was 8,000, maybe 8,000 plus seat stadium or something like that.
Yeah.
I was wondering who agreed, to do that and miss out on all the extra ticket sales. But I think it's fun to move games to different venues and allow maybe some fans that don't get a chance to see some of their teams play, and especially in something as famous as Field of Dreams and a field like that. I think that'll be special for everyone. So I think it's a great idea. I think it's a lot of fun and looking forward to how it turns out. But I like it. I'm excited about it.
Absolutely. Brett, always a great conversation with you. Good luck this weekend against Sugarland. We'll talk to you next time.
Sounds good, Michael.